everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be ranking every Spirit Halloween theme, at least the ones on the wiki. So before I even start this video, massive shout out to the Spirit Halloween wiki. I mean, these guys help me in so much videos, and I will put a link to the wiki in description. So without further ado, let's start. So as you can see, I don't know what exactly the first Spirit Halloween theme was, but just for consistency's sake, I'm just going to start 2006 with the haunted house entrance display. Now, obviously, I can't be too mean to this because it's literally just like, let me get a picture of this. Yeah, like this. I'm basically, all this is just like two towers on a side with like a platform. That's where a prop goes. So this really isn't even a theme, but this is actually a display that actually looks pretty good. But if you use this picture just for size consistency, this prop's around 6 feet tall, so that means the towers are about 8 feet tall, which really is not that tall at all. So obviously, I can't bash this too much since it's one of the earlier themes. Now, if this came out, in one of the later years, I'd be kind of mad, but, this was 2006 Spirit Halloween. You can't really expect anything amazing for this. But anyways, so, the props actually in this theme are, apparently there's fountains, which is interesting. I don't know about that, but the animatronics is Chester the Chest Ripper. This guy's pretty cool. These are all super retro animatronics. Deathcrawler, Floating Grim Reaper. Dude, these animatronics are so retro. They're insane. And then this Groom prop, which is actually pretty cool. I've never seen that before. But yeah, these are just super old props. But they all kind of fit in a haunted house, there's or it's not a bride, but I guess it's a groom. There's a Grim Reaper. There's some zombies. Or I guess they're kind of like zombies. There's snakes, rats, frogs, skulls. The props fit in there decently since it's a haunted house. But, at the end of the day, this really isn't even a theme and is really just a display. There's really not a lot to see here. But if I had to give it something out of 10, probably, 4 out of 10. No, probably, 3 out of 10. But I can't be too mean to it since, once again, this is, one of their first themes. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to 2007 with the castle entrance. And so something interesting about this one is this theme appeared in 2 years, back to back. I don't think that's ever happened, so that's pretty cool. But it's a castle entrance, and in my opinion, this is a major step up from that, haunted house facade. Now, unfortunately, I have no idea how big this is. I don't know if it's just a facade, kind of like that. But I think it's more creative than just a haunted house, I think a castle theme's overall pretty dang cool. And I'm surprised they haven't done that more often. But for the animatronics, there's just kind of random stuff. The main one here is Spasm. He's one of my favorite props. I think he goes very well in a dungeon, or a castle, whatever. There's also, just kind of looking for, main ones to see. What's this? That's weird. I've, never seen that before. But yeah, back in the day, there really wasn't any, crazy animatronics, like this. This is kind of trash. But I will say this, it does actually go kind of well with the theme, since it's kind of like a jester, and jesters go in castles. But yeah, overall, I think the theme itself's pretty good. The props in there fit, but they're not that great props. I'll give this one a 6 out of 10 just because it's still, one of the earlier themes. It's not really, a nice big theme, but I think it's still overall a pretty dang good theme. I definitely like the castle idea, that's for sure. So let's move on to the next theme, which is the Fry Zone. I personally do not like this theme at all. It has, in my opinion, some of the best props ever created. It has mostly just this Jason Voorhees in it. That actually, no, never mind. That was it. I thought there was more like, gemmy horror characters in it, but I guess not. But overall, this is one of the first, like, most iconic themes, I guess you could say. In all honesty, I don't like this theme. It's really just, like, a set with just, like, props lined against it. It's not really a theme, but also at the same time, it's one of the earlier years, and they're still getting, themes situated. So I can't really bash on it too much, but I'll give it a 4 out of 10 just because, I like the cobwebs over here. And, I like how there's still a good amount of detail. It's not really a theme, It's just like a spooky set with props in it. That's really the only problem with it. Okay, on to now 2008, which once again has the castle entrance. So, I don't know, I found that kind of cool that they did the same theme back to back. And also, look how much, themes these old years had. Like, they had, 4 to 5 themes. Like, this is insane. Anyways, so American Gothic. I actually really like this theme. Because there's the, farmer and wife. There's a scarecrow. There's Hex. I honestly think this theme was done very well. It's very detailed. The props in it fit absolutely perfectly. I honestly, this is one of the best, older themes in my opinion. It wasn't that big, unfortunately, but it's really cool that it was also based off a painting. I think that was really, really unique too. Overall, I'll give this solid 7 out of 10. It wasn't that big, but it was really creative, and the props fit in it really well, so I'll give it that. Alright, so next up, we have the Chop Shop. I'm pretty sure this was, right behind, it was, right behind American Gothic. I really wish these two themes had, bigger displays, because they're honestly some of the best earlier themes. I really like this laboratory, too. It has really good props, it has, where's animatronics? It has the mad scientist, it has all the other, scientist props. There's, the undead lab guy. I think the theme worked out really well. It was pretty detailed. I think I'll give this one a solid 7 out of 10, too. I wish American Gothic and this themes were just bigger, because honestly, they had a lot of potential. But yeah, mostly just for, the props in it, really made sense. So, I really like those two themes. And next up is Dungeon of Horrors. So let me see more pictures. So yeah, so basically, I guess they did do another dungeon prop. So I think the Chop Shop and American Gothic were kind of hooked up together, and the castle entrance and this were hooked up. Once again, I'm surprised Spirit doesn't do more, dungeons, because, I don't know, I think they work really well. I think this also works pretty well. I like how there's, kind of towers to the side, which end up zombie, and they're all kind of splayed. Honestly, I don't think I like this theme as much as Chop Shop and American Gothic, but it's still pretty good. I definitely like the dungeon aspect, so I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10. But yeah, I really like the this theme. I really like the props in it too. There's a Hannibal Lecter, once again, the Jason. And yeah, I really like this theme, you know. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm just surprised, Spirit hasn't done more castle or dungeon stuff at all, because really they did that in their earlier years. Alright, and now on to 2009. So, 3 stars indicates a side theme, so I guess this was a side theme. I guess it's kind of cool, though. It was just kind of, literally a tree tunnel. I mean, that's all it was. There's kind of random props in it, though. Like, there's Face Ripper Clown, and then, like, other stuff. I guess this is what it looked like. In all honesty, it does not look that good. Like, the trees look way too cardboardy. It does not look good. Although, this isn't a main theme either, so, I guess this was just, in some stores. I don't know if, the trees were, supposed to look like that, they're supposed to be cardboard, but, there's, no detail in them. Or, I don't know if that was the feel they were going for. These trees look fine. I don't know why the other ones didn't look weird. The thing about this theme is that, there's different pictures for, everything. I'm just gonna give it, a 4 out of 10, since it's really nothing special, and the props in there are kind of random. It's more of just that, there's not a lot of info about it. Okay, so I think the tree tunnel might have been connected to this, because this makes more sense. But anyways, I think this is actually a very good forest execution. As you can see in this picture, there's, fog and lighting. This looks really, really good. There's a bunch of witches. I know I don't really like witches, and, my opinion still holds true. I still don't like a lot of witches in this theme. However, over here, Grinning Gertrude, she's by far the best witch. She's really creepy. But, I definitely miss back in the day how the props actually went with the theme. I think just my biggest complaint with spirit themes nowadays is, it was the worst in, 2020, 2019, when, there was, a ship, and there was, there was, clowns on it. It didn't make sense at all. And, you can have props that don't make sense in the theme and blend them in. I think 2021 actually did that pretty good. But, it was more just that the themes were just, too brightly colored. And, the props in there did not contrast or did not fit in at all, really. But yeah, anyways, back to this theme. So there's just witches and stuff in here. I'll give this theme a solid 7 out of 10 as well. Or as a Chop Shop in American Gothic. This is definitely one of the best, earlier themes. I think this was just done very well. It just from this picture, just looks really creepy. And, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any complaints about it, really. Alright, so on to the next theme. Terror Tot Nursery. Okay, so here's where we start the zombie baby themes. Except the problem is with this theme is that this was, the worst zombie baby theme in existence. Basically, all it is just, a cradle with, or a crib, whatever, with literally just zombie babies just stuffed in there. And just, random spirit blocks. I like the spirit blocks. Those are kind of cool. But, compared to the later zombie baby themes, this is, by far the worst. There's really nothing going on. So for that, I'll just give it, a 3 out of 10. Even that feels kind of nice. Probably a 2 out of 10, honestly. Just because it's literally just, a crib. And that's really all there's going for it. I do like the props in it, though. I will give it that. And I think the zombie baby themes are definitely unique. So, I know, some of my favorite zombie babies are in here, but I'm mostly looking at the themes, not really the props in it. Anyways, on to the next 2009 theme, which is Haunted Shack. I think this theme's also really good. I really like the trees. I think the trees look good. Not those like weird cardboard trees from the tunnel. I don't know what the heck that was. I think this is a really, really cool and honestly creepy theme, especially like where like Michael Myers is. That's really creepy. There's like the leaves behind here and stuff, and where the executioner is. I really like the themes that have like props separated in like their own sections, and it's like decorated according to them. And I think this theme like represents it perfectly. I don't like it as much as like some of the other themes I ranked, like American Gothic and stuff, but I think I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10. I still really like this theme, but like in general, there still are kind of random props in here, but they definitely do blend in. So I'll give them that. I'll give it like a 6.5 because I'm not quite on 7, but 6 is too low for it. But like this is how you blend props that shouldn't fit into the theme, that like you make them fit into the theme. I think this does it absolutely wonderfully. Also, I really like the props in here too. Just as like a side thing, there's the Rob Zombie Michael Myers Executioner, Midnight Countess, all these good guys. All right, so now we are on to Haunted Hearse. What's that symbol? Okay, this is Gallery Store. So this is an exclusive theme. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna rank this because like, come on, this isn't even a theme, so. And it's just for gallery stores. I'm pretty sure gallery stores are just like the stores that like don't even sell animatronics, I think. I don't know what gallery stores are. Here, let me see what they are. Yeah, they're the ones that just sell costumes, which it makes sense, but also kind of sucks if that's the only spirit in your area. Oh, never mind. I guess this is a theme that returned next year. I said the castle entrance was the only one that returned back, but I guess the tree tunnel did, so I'm not going to rank that one since I already did. But here we go on to more of the, recognizable themes. Like 2009, before like really retro spirit, but like 2010 and 2014 to me is like classic spirit. This is like my most nostalgic era of spirit. So anyway, so here we have, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's Cirque du Spirit. I'm just going to call it that. This is one of the most iconic themes and just well done themes overall. I really like a carnival theme, and because if Spirit released a carnival theme nowadays, it'd have almost just all clowns in here. But the thing I really liked, about this thing is that there weren't all clowns in here. They're like general like circus props, which I think is just so cool. I mean, there's obviously classic props in here like Bone Collector, Uncle Charlie, Bite-Sized Clown. Like, there's just so much good props in here, and I think this just theme was done really well. I do think it's still a bit overrated, but I think it was also just done really well. And I'm also slightly biased because I really like circus themes. I'll give this a solid 8 out of 10 because this is one of the most like recognizable and iconic spirit themes as well, and it was overall just done really, really well. Mainly just because there weren't a million clowns in there. I'm really glad, they actually had general circus props like Cage Beast, Bone Collector, wherever he is, like the mummy prop or whatever. There's like a mummy in like a cage or something. Like, it was done so well. Now, a lot of props in there still aren't my favorite. Like, here, where are some of the props? Here we go. Like, the crated mummy, like, I don't like some of these props a lot. Like, they're not bad. Like, they're billions times better than Johnny Punk. I'm pretty sure everything is. Here we go. Like this prop isn't my favorite. I'm not a big fan of the magic mirrors. But, like, it's more of just that they fit into the theme so perfectly. Alright, so now on to an actual good zombie baby theme. Yeah, like, look at this compared to the crib. Like, this is way better. You know, there's, like, we still got the spirit blocks, but there's actual, like, structure to it now. So, I personally, I'm a big fan of the old zombie babies, like the robotic ones, and just, no offense, the good ones. The zombie babies nowadays, honestly, just aren't that good, which kind of sucks. But this is done really well. I like the lighting in here. There's lots of, like, moving stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure this thing over here, like, merry-go-round thing, it, like, moves in circles, which is just really cool. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10 just because, you know, there's no, like, big props at all in there. It's just zombie babies. And honestly, I don't think a whole theme should be reserved to zombie babies. But, like, it's still really cool. It's a really cool section of the store, and it's honestly done really well. But, like, I like zombie babies, but, like, is a zombie baby theme really necessary? I don't really think so, but it's still really cool, you know? Way, way better than the random, like, crib from earlier. Okay, so now we have also a very, very good theme, Spirit Hollow Cemetery. Now, once again, I like how there's actually diverse props in this. Like, there's zombies, yes, but there's also things like vampires and other stuff. But, like, some of the props in here are just really iconic, like Demonica, Guardian of the Grave, you know, Lurching Vampire, or Lunging Vampire, it's a Lurching Vampire. It was just a very well done cemetery theme, and I think I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. I really like the lighting. I like all the cobwebs. Like, there was, like, a lot of cobwebs. You know, I think it was just done very, very well. Good amount of detail, too. Good prop placement. All of that good stuff. Alright. On to, okay, I don't think... Yeah, no, this isn't really a theme. Okay, okay, here we go, an actual theme. Spirit Horrorplex Theater. Here we go. So, this is, like, the only movie theater-like theme. And, like, a bunch of people are speculating that, like, I feel like for the past, like, 4 years that we're gonna get a movie theater theme. But we still somehow have not. Like, I don't know why they haven't done it. But, like, it's one of the most requested themes, I think. Personally, this year, I think we're going to get a laboratory, but who knows. Anyways, this is a very, you know, the theme itself, honestly, isn't that good. You know, the props in there it was good for displaying the props in there. But for, like, a theme itself, it honestly isn't that good, because, you know, I mean, it's just basically a giant box with 3 holes in it for the props to go in there. Now, these are some of my favorite props of all time. But, like, I don't know. Like, the theme itself, just, like, it's nothing special, you know? Like, there's no interesting lighting. It's really just, like, red lighting. I do like this sign up here, though. That's for sure. I think I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Just because it did its job. It displayed, 3 really good props really well. And, I think it was just unique that they had, the 3 licensed characters that year, they put them in, like, a movie theater theme. I think that was just pretty well done. It's just the theme itself, isn't anything crazy. I really hope we actually get, like, a bigger movie theater theme. Because this is, like, a pretty small theme, Okay, on to... Oh, come on. This isn't even a cinema theme. This is just, like, a box. I'm not even gonna rank this because there's just literally like a skeleton inside here. That is a cool idea, though. I will give them that. Definitely a cool idea. Okay, on. So first of all, we have the Vampire Mausoleum, which honestly is kind of similar to the 2010 Cemetery. Personally, I think I might like the 2010 Cemetery a little bit more, but I think this is once again a pretty good cemetery. But as I said, I think the 2010 version just did it slightly better. There's just a little more detail, a little better prop placement. But I do certainly like how in the center there's kind of like a building kind of like this, and then there's like the rising vampire guy. This one definitely had more structures than the 2010 cemetery, but I think I'll give this theme a solid 6 out of 10. I still really like it. It had good lighting, and overall, this was still a pretty solid theme. A pretty solid graveyard theme, that is. Alright, so next up, we have... Okay, well, this is just a gallery. That's not really even a theme. So next up, we have the Zombie Baby Scary Swings. Now, once again, I feel like 2011 was just kind of like 2010. Like, it had similar themes, but like also some of them being revamped. I personally like, this is probably my favorite Zombie Baby theme. I just like how it's kind of like a carnival over here and the swings were moving around. I think it was really well done overall. And yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about it because it's a Zombie Baby theme. But the 2010 Zombie Baby theme and this one's kind of equal to me. I like it how this one's more of like a carnival aspect. And I like it how the 2010 one had like, good amount of detail. So I'll give it a solid, probably like 6 out of 10 as well with the cemetery. I like the detail and the idea here. Okay, so next up, House of Horrors. In all honesty, I think this is a pretty good, like, haunted house theme. This is like, I think the first haunted house theme we got besides the first one. But honestly, this isn't my favorite theme. It was kind of small, I think. But, I mean, the props in it were fantastic. There was the ghost faced, there was Reagan, there was the Frankenstein. Like, there's just, like, so much amazing props in here. But, like, this basically all it is, Like, it's really nothing crazy. But, like, oh, yeah, also, this one was brought back for the 2012 season. But, like, it's nothing crazy, really. It's just a cardboard facade. Honestly, not a lot of detail. But I do like the props in it. That's the only problem. But, like, really, the theme itself isn't anything crazy. So for that, I'll just give it a 4 out of 10. Just because, it's literally just, a cardboard facade, it's nothing crazy. However, this next theme is personally my favorite theme of all time. It's a zombie wasteland. And right away, I'm going to give this theme an easy 10 out of 10, the first 10 out of 10. It's just everything about this theme is so perfect. There's a bunch of detail. The props in it are fantastic. The prop placement is fantastic. The themes, like, audio is very good. The lighting in it's very good. There's even, like, these waterfalls over here that, like, actually move. Like, literally everything about this theme is literally perfect. Like, it also, yeah, like, it has some of my favorite props in here. Obviously, that's more biased, but, like, it had Twilight Twitcher, Rosemary Zombie Girl, Demonica, Flesh-Eating Zombie, Zombie Bait, Like, there's so much good props here, and they all fit absolutely perfectly. There's, like, these really cool zombie barrels, too. Like, I absolutely love this theme. And later I want to do a video just about this theme and just, do, like, a whole review of it. Kind of like, I think next off season I'm going to do a theme review series where I just review every theme in more detail. Because this one I'm kind of just going over them, and giving my opinions. But I want to do, like, a full, like, analysis of it in the future. But yeah, like, this is just a really just amazing theme. And I really wish I got some of the pieces of theme, especially, like, this waterfall. Like, this was seriously so cool. Because, like, there's actually, like, water moving in there, and it was so unique and so well done, in my opinion. Yeah, there's the audio in it was really good too. Yeah, this is, in my opinion, the best and my favorite theme. Obviously, it's just my opinion though. Anyways, on to 2012, since I don't think Cars 2 displays really a theme. So 2012 also was a very, very good year for themes too. Spirit Valley Farms Right Away, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. This is also a very, very good theme. It's very detailed. I like the farm aspect of it. It was just very well done. Like, personally, like, 2011 to 2014 had some of my favorite themes of all time. Like, I just love those seasons in general because they had my favorite props and my favorite themes. But yeah, like, there's, like, the Headless Horseman, there was Zombie Swing Girl over here, and the Harvester was over there. There was, like, a grain silo where, like, Meat Old Gramps was, and Jumping Zombie. Like, it was so cool, and, like, there's detail everywhere. There's, like, a werewolf section, and there's so much detail in it. There was lots of props displayed. It was so good, in my opinion. I absolutely love this. Yeah, there's, like, zombie babies scattered around the theme too. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, overall, this theme, once again, very, very well done. Also, yeah, like, there's, like, flame lights and stuff. This theme is just very, very cool. So next up we have sorry, the House of Horrors. Now, honestly, I think as a theme, this one does 2011's a bit better since there's actual shape. Personally, I think the props were better from 2011 because, like, I know I put this in my top 5 for Spirit Halloween animatronics. I still really like Pop and Goblin, but, like, I don't think I've ever seen them working. So this is, like, rare footage of Pop and Goblin working. But the props in it honestly weren't amazing. I said Pop and Goblin's good, just didn't work a lot. I personally don't like Ghost Girl. Wicked Witch of West I personally have, and I like her. Rising Reagan's pretty good, but but I think the structural design's better. So there's, like, actual more shape to it instead of just, like, a box. So I'll give it that, but it's still nothing special. So for that, I'll just give it a 5 out of 10 because it's still nothing special at the end of the day. It's just kind of a generic haunted house. Alright, next up, we have Terror Mill. I think, personally, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. This theme is absolutely amazing. Just the detail in this theme is so good. I love the spinning, like, wheel thing back here. I love the prop placement. The lighting's amazing. There's, like, a zombie baby section over here. This is also one of my favorite themes for sure. There's like a fog, and there's, like, a torture section. Like, it's a perfect theme, honestly. Like, I think I still like Zombie Wasteland a bit better, but that's more my own opinion. But this is for sure one of the best themes ever created. This theme is just so perfect. Like, there was amazing shape to it, amazing detail to it. The props fit in there perfectly. Yeah, there's, like, a, like, torture section over here. There was, like, the zombie section where, like, Rosemary and the female zombie were. it was such a cool theme, honestly. Yeah, here's like the water wheel thing. Did it actually have like water? I don't think it did, but like I remember it was like moving and stuff, and that was just so cool. Yeah, but like I'm not gonna play this video, but if you do look at the official Spirit Halloween video, like the lighting, if like all the lights are turned off, is like so good, and the fog just works so well in there. It's really an amazing theme. All right, now on to 2013. All right, I guess, what's this in 2012? Nah, this isn't a theme, that's just like a mural. Okay, on to probably the most popular theme of all time, the clown train. Now, in my opinion, this theme isn't amazing to me. It's still really cool and unique, but if I had to pick one, like Cirque du Spirit or this theme, I'd probably pick Cirque du Spirit or however you pronounce it. It's still really good though. I love, the concept of a clown train. Every clown in here is by far the best clown Spirit has released, and in my opinion, some of the only good clowns Spirit has released. Just the props in here are so iconic. Like, there's Blade Bag of Jokes, a Silent and Deadly, Wacky-Mole. Like, there's such good props in here. And I personally really like Misfortune Teller, TNT Clown, Dead Humor. Really, the only one that I didn't like a lot was the Clown Mirror, but that's more just personal opinion because I don't really like the mirrors and stuff. But, like, if I had to say, I'll still give this theme an 8 out of 10. It definitely, it just works for me personally. Is it overrated? Yes. I think it's still massively overrated, but it's popular for a good reason. It's still a really good theme, and honestly, if they ever do return this theme, I'd gladly have it return. I don't know why Silent and Deadly is like that, but like, I liked how they're all positioned. If I could ask for one thing, maybe like just more detail in like the cards, because there honestly wasn't a lot of detail in this theme. But I like how, yeah, they're like trains and there's like advertisements like this. Like, I don't know, I thought it was unique. It wasn't just like a circus with clowns. It was like a clown train. So it was a unique theme for a clown theme, All right, on to by far the best haunted house theme, Haunted Mansion. Mostly just because it had a unique shape. So it was like slightly elevated, which I found honestly pretty cool. And there's like a fireplace and stuff, and there's like sections of the theme that had like holes in them, and they're like, you can't really see it because there are pictures, but like there's like the jump scare props, like the jumping snake and jumping bug and stuff. Yeah, there's like a fireplace. In my opinion, this is definitely the best haunted house section. There's like, or haunted house theme. There's like a section with Pumpkin Nester, and I think his name's like Pestilence Reaper. It's a good theme, but personally, like, these themes still aren't my favorite. Or sorry, no, his name's Sickening Reaper, I think. I don't know, but haunted house themes still aren't my favorite. I really like the wallpaper. It's kind of like Disney's Haunted Mansion. I think that was pretty cool. The props in there are pretty good, like Pumpkin Nester, Gruesome Granny. Overall, I think I give a solid 6 out of 10. Not my favorite, but definitely not bad by any means. But yeah, it's still a pretty good theme, pretty solid theme. Now on to personally also one of my favorite themes, the Asylum. Now, to be fair, the layout of this theme isn't super unique. There's just, or I wish this was a little bit bigger, but there's just an archway. There was like 2 sides, kind of like this, in a main section. So layout-wise, not really unique at all. But like look at the lighting in this theme. Like if this was the back theme for this year, by the way, if the stores, or not the stores, the lights in the back of the stores were turned off, like, and you could actually see all the lights. Like, this is definitely one of the creepiest themes, that's for sure. Overall, I think it was also just really well done, and I really like the detail. The prop placement was really good. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. It's very, very good theme. One of my favorites, personally. It just, it doesn't have the most unique theme layout, it just has, 2 side sections, kind of like these on both sides, and then main section inside. It's kind of like the same layout as Area 31, and kind of the generic pack theme layout. But, like, it's still a very, very solid theme, do not get me wrong. Alright, so now on to 2014, also one of my favorite years. So first of all, we have the ruins. I will say, this definitely had unique placement for the themes. It was kind of cool, because there's, like buildings like these, that are kind of, like, toppled over and stuff. There's a good amount of detail, too. Like, there's, like, all the moss and stuff all over it. I like this. There's, like, cool sections, because there's, like, pumpkin nesters, or, like, pumpkin nester area, like, with pumpkins. There's, like, jack-o'-lantern, little nester, and pumpkin nester. I don't really know how to describe it. But I like this section where there's, like, the broken tower and, like, Cornstalker, I think his name is. But it's definitely a really well done theme. I think I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. They also had, like, the projection stuff in this gateway. Honestly, like, it just felt a little empty, to be honest. Like, there's just, like, a random skeleton guy here. It was definitely big, though, that's for sure. Like, this was a big theme. But yeah, it's still pretty cool. It's like the ruined church, or just the ruins. I don't really know what it's called for sure, but honestly, an average theme to me. So over here is the attic, which is a pretty, had a very solid lineup. It had, kind of like the science lab area with Electrified Maniac and the evil scientist guy. It had, like, the entrance area with, like, Coat Rack Monster and the Roaming Doll. It's definitely definitely a very nostalgic theme for me. It had, the possessive wall hanger area. But honestly, like, looking back on it, it's nothing crazy, I mean, it's just a middle theme at the end of the day. And, middle themes aren't supposed to be, crazy as the front-back themes. But it was still pretty cool. But in my opinion, a bit overrated. But I will say the props, like, I really like this section where, like, all the possessed girls were. But, like, some areas, like, especially, like, this area, it just looked kind of plain, Like, they could probably put, like, a bit more stuff there. I don't know, like, what. But I think they have the same purple wallpaper as the Han Mansion in the year before. But, it's definitely a popular theme, that's for sure. But I think I'll give it a 6 out of 10. But it was kind of cool how it's divided into sections. And also at the end of the day, I probably should have said this earlier, middle themes aren't anything crazy, Since you have, middle theme, you can't have, stores aren't massive. So obviously it needs to be downsized and it's detailed. That makes sense. But definitely still a pretty cool theme overall. Alright, next up we have Last Chance Gas, which personally I actually really like this theme. So it's pretty cool, because there was the gas sign, which says, like, hell and stuff. There's Barnard Butcher over there. Hopefully he returns this season. And then it was just kind of a cool concept, because it was unique. That was for sure. It was done pretty well, because, like, on surface, like, like, a gas station doesn't seem like a scary theme, but it was, like, all, like, decrepit and stuff like this. It was done pretty dang well. I'll give them that. And overall, like, a pretty solid theme for me, because, it's kind of cool. You can't really see it here, but there's, like, here, let me get it, right here. There's, like, kind of, like, a covered section, like, over here. It was all kind of lined up, really detailed theme. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. I feel comfortable with that. It was just a nice detailed theme. There's good prop placement. There's like zombies, and then there's like Barnard Butcher. It all fit pretty well. All right. So now on to more of the modern era spirit, or I guess more modern starts at like 2017, but whatever. We're entering the era spirit where there's only 2 themes. Personally, I still miss when there's 3 themes. So I'm glad in 2021 there was like a mini side theme. It wasn't a 3rd theme, but it was kind of a callback, But anyways, on to 2015, I put this in my top 10 themes video, and I think my opinion still stands true about this. This is So a little bit more about this theme, I guess. There's like kind of like a cool fog effect at the bottom, and everything was slightly elevated, so it kind of made it look like there was water at the bottom. I think that was done really well. I like the lighting in it, and I just want to say, my opinions have slightly changed ever since I made my top 10 video. A lot of them still stand true, but the more and more I look at them, my opinions change. Some of them I like more. But anyways, that's besides the point. So, yeah. Anyways, back to this theme. It was really cool. Like, you can see very well in this picture. Like, you can see all the lights done well. There's a very good amount of detail here, too. I don't know if there's, like, fog in here or not, but it was cool because it was, like, split up into sections. So here's, like, where Cerberus was. The house was kind of broken down. I think that was done really well. And I really like the prop placement because, on surface, a lot of these don't blend into the swamp. But I think they made them fit in a swamp. And, it worked very well, in my opinion. But yeah, very solid theme. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. I really like this theme. Personally, 2015 and 2016 were my favorite years. I know a lot of people like them, but I can't deny that some of their themes were pretty dang solid. Alright, so on to Spirit Station Z. This is actually a pretty cool theme, because at first I didn't really care for it. But like the more I look at it, the more I can appreciate it. So there's kind of like, there's like an open section. It's supposed to be like a subway station, I think. And it's kind of cool because like in the back where like all these props are displayed, like smoldering zombie, twitching banshee and stuff. It kind of like, it's supposed to look like a subway train. I think that's just really cool in general. And like the front part of the themes, like the top of it, I really like these lamps here. I think those are super unique. In all honesty, the props in it weren't amazing. I definitely like how there were zombies in it, because, it's literally a zombie theme. But, like, some of them didn't really make sense. Like, I guess Possessed Wall Hanger. Because I guess, some of them weren't zombies in here. And I guess, like, some of the roaming dolls didn't really make sense. If I did have one complaint, it's just that, especially, like, at the front, like, these props are kind of, like, cluttered here. And, like, I don't know, not really placed that well. But I definitely do like how these 2 grave-grabbing corpse, even though I personally don't like grave-grabbing corpse, are kind of, like, back-to-back with each other. Same with the roaming dolls. I definitely like the lighting in this theme. I think there's, like, the hanging wires and stuff. I think down here is where, like, some of the projections were. I think that was pretty cool. Overall, a pretty solid theme. I think I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I definitely did not used to like this theme, but I like it a lot more now just looking at it. I see like new details every time I look at it. This is for sure a very detailed theme. Alright, and on to 2016 with the clock tower. Now the thing is, this theme is only good if you can have the clock tower's full height. Like, for example, like this, it's a pretty tall theme if you're in the flagship store. But if you have low roofs like this, it's kind of pathetic. It does not look good at all. So the thing with this theme is it's only good if literally depends on your spirit location. Like, look at this. Like, I'm sorry, this just does not look that good, you know. But, like, you can't blame them either because, you know, a lot of stores have low roofs. So, in all honesty, it was just kind of a bad design because it's a really cool theme if you have tall ceilings, but if not, it's just kind of trash. Personally, the prop placement in this theme isn't my favorite. They're just kind of scattered about. It's not as bad as some later years, which we'll get to. But like, yeah, I don't know. I definitely still like it, but personally, it's just not one of my favorite themes. But I do like how it's kind of like all autumn themed. There's like all the autumn leaves down here. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if the props are just incorporated in the theme better, I don't really know how to describe it. But for example, like, I think Cerberus has a really cool spot. That's one of my favorite parts of the theme. You know, how he has, like, a dedicated spot to him. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. But obviously, now that, you know, they have more props and they only have 2 themes, I found in later years, props, you know, where they used to be placed better. Later years, since there's only 2 themes and there's more, you know, same amount of props, they're just in the same themes, except kind of squished together, in all honesty. Which kind of sucks, honestly. That's kind of why I like 3 themes, but I'll give this theme a solid 6 out of 10. I know a lot of people like it, and that's fine. But personally, it's not one of my favorites, but it's definitely not bad by any means. Alright, here's the Haunted Hotel. Now, before I get into anything, it's definitely unique, but once again, a pretty big problem with this is prop placement. Like, if you just look at this image, it looks like they just threw up props here. There's good strategically placed props here, like the painting and the TV, even Morning Gory. But then I feel like there's just all the roaming props here. Now, obviously, this, you know, depends on the store. Some might move them. Then the Reaper was there kind of randomly. However, I do like, let me see if I can find better images, like kind of like this, you know, where they have, I like the elevators and the props are in the elevators. I thought that was very unique. I like this big hotel sign. I thought that was really cool as well. I like the floor over here. I definitely like the try me buttons too. Yeah, here we go. Like, it was very unique. I'll give them that. Because, like, the try me buttons were, like, this, like, hotel rig button. So, I thought that was very, very cool. But I think I'll give this theme a solid 7 out of 10. For me, it's not one of my favorites. But I think the theme itself and the concept was really good. But once again, I feel like it was just better with 3 themes. Because, you know, back in the day, you could display props like this. And then, if you had 3 themes, you can kind of put the leftover props so you don't have to shove them in the other themes. That's just my personal opinion, though. Alright, on to 2017. We're now definitely for sure in the modern age of Spirit. So, here's Spirit Hollow. Now, so for this theme, it's basically like there's some trees and there's like a bridge. That's really all it is, but I will give them this. Basically, every tree Spirit has ever done have been like, you know, the generic spooky looking trees. Something I found interesting about this theme is that, like, these are like real looking trees. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. I think it definitely works quite well. I think it wouldn't look as good if they had, you know, like the generic spooky trees. And honestly, I quite like this theme, you know. It's just like a creepy little forest area, and I think it works quite well. The prop placement's definitely a bit better in this theme, I think. I still don't know why Towering Clown's here, I guess, because he's like a creepy clown in the forest. I guess that kind of makes sense, seeing how they're in like 2017/2016. I have a whole video about clown stuff, but anyways, I like how there was, you know, props that made a bit more sense here. Like, there was a werewolf and forest demon literally in the forest. You know, there's Deadly Roots, who is a tree. I think this is definitely one of the better themes, but personally, like, it's honestly just kind of small for a front theme. Like, if this was Spirit back in the day, like, you'd expect this to be, like, a middle theme, but, like, no, this is, like, a front theme, and at least, like, 2020 with their back theme, they had an excuse, because it was, like, COVID, and, it was supposed to be bigger, it was supposed to have, like, a walk-in, but, like, this theme, in all honesty, like, I feel like it just could have been bigger. Like, honestly, I think the back theme is bigger. I think the bridge is still kind of cool. There's, like, spiders and bats hanging down. I think I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's more just, like, it's not my favorite. I mean, they did it good in execution compared to other themes, but, like, there's not a bunch of detail. I'll give it, like, a 6.5. I think that's a bit better. I like 6.5. But not a horrible theme, but not the best. Alright, on to Area 31. Definitely a unique theme. I'm going to say that right off the bat. Definitely unique. For those who like aliens and stuff. I also quite like this theme because, it kind of throws back Zombie Wasteland. And to be fair, looking back on it, Zombie Wasteland has this, generic theme layout. But at first, Zombie Wasteland was, like, one of the first ones to do that. So I guess my opinion about Asylum, I guess I'd bump it up a bit more now. But anyways, this theme, it's, like, basically our only alien theme. It's literally the only alien theme. I do like how they had props, like, literally just made for it. Like, for example, Area 31 capsule. I think that's pretty unique. The props in it all fit really well. I'll give them that. Overall, pretty solid theme, pretty detailed. Once again, I like how you activate the props. It's like a custom try me button. But yeah, like, I'd say all the props in there actually fit pretty well, so I'll give this theme a solid 7 out of 10. Honestly, I liked it a bit more before. I can appreciate the lighting. I always like lighting in the theme, so, but, I don't know, it's definitely, it's not as good as I remember it, but still a pretty solid theme. I wish less themes would, like, follow this, generic format, because I think Zombie Wasteland was the first to do that, I think. And, Asylum was fine, I guess, just because it was still in the early years, but, like, to have a theme layout like this, like, I always like unique theme layouts, in all honesty. I don't really like, theme layouts just being the same, and honestly just being reskinned, because, I mean, this is basically just a reskin of Zombie Wasteland. That's really all it is, except in my opinion, not as good. I'm glad, recently they definitely had more unique theme layouts, especially in, like, 2021, with, like, the factory and stuff, like, that definitely has a more unique theme layout, especially the back theme. But anyways, I'll get to that later. Alright, on to 2018. I don't know if I'll include this or not. I probably won't, just because it's literally just a mural once again. Yeah, so I'm not going to include Nightmare Before Christmas display. Okay, so here's Spirit Acre Farms. Obviously, the farm theme from 2012 is one of my favorite themes of all time. I don't think this one did it as well. It was definitely cool. Like, it had this massive water tower. I think that was cool, but once again, kind of with the clock tower, you could only, display that to the whole height if, you had tall ceilings. But I definitely like all the corn stalks. I think that's pretty cool. There's a good amount of detail. Personally, this just isn't one of my favorite themes. There's still props that fit the theme, like Pumpkin Patch Parlor back there, seeing Scarecrow. This guy who I forgot his name, honestly. Nightmare Harvester. And then there's just, like, a clown section, which didn't really make a lot of sense. Like, with the earlier themes, there's different, like, sections for props. But, like, it made sense. Like, in the 2012 farm theme, there's, like, kind of, like, a grave section, which I guess, looking back on it, doesn't make a bunch of sense, but they just blended in better. And, like, there's, like, a werewolf section. That's kind of what I mean. But, like, this, like, there's no, like, clear section to this. Like, if you look next to them, there's a farm prop, and, you know, there's a farm prop, and there's just clowns. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense, and I don't know, but it's not as horrible as 2019. Now, I'll get to 2019 in a second. I think I'll give it a 7 out of 10, because it's still really good, don't get me wrong, but, you know, it kind of seems like it was trying to, like, improve on the 2012 theme. At least that's what I kind of got from it. But it didn't work as well to me, personally. It was a little more plain. There wasn't really any structures. There's just kind of corn stalks everywhere. I did like the water tower, though. I'll give them that. I like the water tower. I think this archway with the vulture is cool. I like the windmill. So still a pretty solid theme. Do not get me wrong. Alright, 2018, the Dead Harvest Farmhouse. This was, like, the first, like, walk-in thing, and I think it was just really unique at the time, in all honesty. Like, I did not expect it at all to be able to, like, walk in the theme. Like, I don't know, like, it's so cool, especially with, like, 2019 and stuff. Like, 2019 did the walkthrough perfectly. And I definitely like the lighting in this theme. If it loads, here we go. Yeah, there's, like, purple lighting and stuff. I definitely like that. There's, like, like, the creepy girl and possessed props in here. I definitely like the laser swamp, too. There's, like, a cool laser swamp. I'll give this theme a solid 7 out of 10 as well. Just because, the idea itself isn't anything creative. It's just kind of, like, a spooky house. We've seen that concept before, but it did definitely do the spooky house concept differently. It's just not a generic haunted house. Actually looks kind of creepy and like an old abandoned house. I'll give it an 8 out of 10, just because I think it's, it's original, not original at the same time. It takes a not original idea and makes it unique, and I love the walk-in aspect of it. And, the props actually fit in well, unlike 2019, which we will get to right now. All right, so as I said, 2019. Okay, so the themes themselves. There's a boat. It's a creepy old boat. That's pretty cool. The problem is, just take a look at this picture. Why is there a massive clown on a boat? It just doesn't make sense. Okay, like, clowns in the forest, I can get. Clowns on a farm, I'll even accept. But, like, on a boat like that, it just does not make sense. Like, it's just clear advertisement. And then there's just, like, a dragon over here. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to give this theme, like, a 3 out of 10. The only thing making it not super low is because, honestly, one of the most detailed themes, which is kind of impressive. There's, like, this crane, there's, like, it's just really detailed. And the problem was, this had so much potential. It just had, like, I don't know, like, they didn't even have to release, like, pirate props. Like, just, like, don't have a boat theme if you're not going to have pirate props. Like, that just seems like common sense. But the problem with this is, like, it's a really nice and detailed theme, which makes me, like, I can't give it a 0. But, like, personally, I do not like this theme. And this is what I mean by, like, cluttered props. Like, there's, like, Rusty up here. I know there's a bunch of videos of him, like, falling off that barrel. There's, like, Jack Strong, like, Collector right next to each other. Like, they're two just, like, jumbled together. That's why I kind of miss third themes. A middle theme. That's what I meant to say. But I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion on this theme. Really well detailed. Honestly, one of the most detailed themes. It had so much potential. And then, like, literally, the thing that dragged it down was just the prop placement. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, there's, like, a dragon back here, then there's clowns. It makes zero sense. It does not work at all for me. And, you know, they didn't even have, like, their own sections in the boat either. Like, they're all just crammed onto this tiny boat, too. Alright, Reaper's Wharf. Now, here, where's a picture of it? Here we go. My opinion still stands. There's just random props here. So, first of all, I'm just going to go in sections. So, for the clown prop, honestly, Waving Wally really fits on one of these, you know. He's kind of like an old retro gas station clown. I do like this theme better than the ship, just because, you know, like, the props fit in here a bit better, because they're not as jumbled together, but, like, it still just does not make sense. Like not even near Electrical Eddie. Like, there's no, like, wires around, or I don't think there is, like, back here, I don't think there's any wires. You know, like, it still just does not make a lot of sense. Like, why is there, like, a butler guy on a dock? It doesn't make sense. I don't know why Spirit did this for 2019 and 2020. Like, they did not work. I will rank this one a bit higher, though, just because it had the walkthrough. The walkthrough is by far the best part. I liked all the screens in there. I thought that was super unique. I liked all, like, the seaweed hanging down. So just for that, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Just because they weren't as jumbled on. They fit in a little better. But keyword a little better. Like, it still doesn't work for me. And once again, with the boat, this had so much potential. And then, like, it does not work at all. Okay, anyways, that was kind of my rant for 2019. Don't get me wrong, the props in 2019 are very good, but, or at least some of them are. I personally don't like some of them. Some of them are average to me. I don't know, whatever. But anyways, on to 2020. Once again, okay, I will say this. The props at least had their own sections. And it worked a bit better, but still not a lot better. You know, like, there's still clowns on an island. That it doesn't make sense at all. Like, you can't even form a story with that. And in general, I feel like the theme itself is not scary at all. Like, at least with the boat theme, you know, like, it was, like, all old and decrepit, and, you know, the theme itself was good. But, like, this theme, I do not like this theme at all. I'm sorry, I don't. It doesn't make sense for, like, Halloween. Like, at, like, maybe, like, a beach party, this makes sense, but it doesn't work for Halloween. Like, this isn't scary, like, at all. And, oh gosh, there's Johnny Punk over there. But, like, I've already said this, but it does not work. Like, at all. There's still a good amount of detail, don't get me wrong. I like the pillars. I definitely like the walkthrough in this section. I think that was cool. The flames are cool. But at the end of the day, it's an island theme at a Halloween store. Like, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. I'm going to give this theme 3 out of 10, just for the theme itself at this point. The prop placement isn't horrible in this theme. It's definitely better than 2019. But, like, the theme itself, like, the idea of it, it doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. All right, on to the back theme, which, even though, like, it's way smaller, it's more spooky, you know? So it has skulls and stuff. The theme itself has a lot of detail. I'll give them that. But honestly, it's kind of disappointing. And this isn't Spirit's fault. Just, like, how small it is. And, you know, it makes sense because it was 2020. It's 2020. But, you know, like, dude, if there would have been a walkthrough through here, I could imagine how cool that would be. But, like, honestly, like, the theme, I like all the hanging vines, but once again, like, a cave theme would be cool, but what? Why is Angeline here? Why? I don't get it. Like, imagine, I would have bumped this place up. Literally, if just Lord Darkonivar was here. He's not even my favorite prop in the world. But it just would have made so much sense. That's, like, my only problem with themes nowadays, is they make zero sense, in all honesty. Like, the theme ideas themselves, like, an island. Then on top of that, like, just clowns crammed in a boat. Like, it doesn't work. I'm sorry, just, it does not work at all. And then, like, I think the only props that really fit in here, I think Harvester of Souls, you could argue, could fit in here. Sewer Varmint, I guess, yeah. And Nightcrawler. But, like, besides that, that's it. Miserable Marie, like, doesn't fit in it, but also, like, it's not as bad as, like, Angeline and Mommy's Favorite. What is a little girl doing down here in a cave? That makes no sense. Like, I don't even care what your opinions are on Mommy's Favorite and Angeline. That just makes no sense at all. Like, yeah. So, I'm gonna give this theme just a 3 out of 10. I don't know, man. Thankfully, now into 2021, I think they fixed up their themes a bit, but still not all the way. This is definitely a step in the right direction. Theme-wise, it's actually scary. It's not an island, like a haunted factory, and it's all decrepit. Okay, that makes sense. It also makes sense, like, why is there, like, a demon goat guy and a werewolf right next to each other in the factory? It works a bit better, though, than the previous years. Mainly because I think of the theme itself. Like, I think the themes in 2020 and 2019 were just so ridiculous that, like, it did not work with the props at all. Literally, all you have to do to make a prop somewhat fit is just have a spooky setting for it. If you have an island, it won't work. I'm sorry. But I think, just theme-wise itself, this is a very good theme. It's actually decently spooky. There's a very good amount of detail. I like here, I'll see if I can get a better picture. Here we go. There's, like, a countdown to Halloween. I think that was really unique. There's, like, these cool lights over here. There's, like, a cage with, like, Harriet Hustle in there. My only real issue is, once again, with, like, prop cramming. Like, Punctured Pete should not be here. Buzzsaw is absolutely massive. Like, my store, like, Buzzsaw was hitting Punctured Pete all the time. Like, he should be in boxes, or, like, just put, like, a zombie baby there. Because, honestly, it is a bit empty space. Because, of how big Buzzsaw is. So, yeah, just put, like, some zombie babies there, and I think you're good. But I think this theme it's better than 2019 and 2020's theme. I think it just worked a bit better overall. But, yeah, and then on this side, you had kind of grim. This side was probably the most, like, well, besides Nightcrawler and Pennywise. I guess that doesn't make sense. I don't know why Pennywise is there. It's kind of stupid to me. But I think ignoring those two, this side actually, made sense. It was, like, a skeleton area. There's, like, the two skeletons this side and Grim. I think that was really cool, and the pumpkin conveyor itself was really cool. I still can't ignore the fact that Pennywise is in a factory. I think Pennywise is stupid in general, but it's definitely better prop blending. I think I'll give this a 6 out of 10, because it's definitely better than the earlier themes, and is actually a spooky theme. It's more just that it's a massive step in the right direction compared to the other themes, and I really hope, 2022, first of all, has a spooky theme like this, but, has just better props, prop blending, I should call it, because, like, these props aren't bad. Like, Henry Hustle's really good. Buzzsaw's good, Mr. Howl's good. Like, the props in here are fine. Some of them, I personally don't like Pennywise. But, like, just better prop blending. Like, even if, like, they said, like, a red light on Henry Hustle, like, just more lighting, too, I think would be really cool. Oh, yeah, and also, I probably shouldn't mention this. I don't know if there's a picture of it or not, but inside, you can actually, like, walk through, which, once again, is a really cool element, and there's, like, chains hanging down. I think that's really unique and cool. Oh, here's a smaller version of the theme, which, no offense, looks absolutely horrible. Anyways, so I think I'm good with this 6 out of 10. It's definitely a step in the right direction. That's definitely for sure. Alright, so now I guess I'll, look at this theme. If I looked at, like, the first Haunted House theme, I may as well. I mean, I mainly just want to talk about the fact that Spirit did this. It's not a middle theme. No, it's not. It's anything from it. It's, like, 3 times smaller than a middle theme. But the fact that they did this just makes me happy, Because, like, ever since 2015, there's been no middle theme. And honestly, I really like the middle themes. Mostly because it prevents, prop clattering, which honestly was much better this year compared to 2019. That was the worst, like, too much props in one area. But, I mean, really, there's just Shorty and Sam here. Like, it's just the same factory setting. I'm just going to talk about more of the fact that they did this. Just makes me happy. I'm just going to rate this a 6 out of 10, the same as the normal factory, just because it's really just an extension of it, in all honesty. But it's kind of a reminder to me, at least, that, like, of third theme. So, I don't know, that's made me kind of happy. Okay, this, in my opinion, is one of the best, most recent themes. Now, it still does suffer with the problem that, like, why is there a scarecrow in a factory? Except here's the thing they did. This is all they had to do. Like, literally just lighting. It works so well. Like, it honestly makes Night Stalker fit, and even Wackymole with the black light. Honestly, this is one of the best, like, most recent themes, because honestly, recent themes have not been that good. Like, in all honesty, they haven't been amazing. But I really, like, the lighting, this was really good. I like the screens at the back. I think that was super unique. There's, like, Harvester of Souls here and stuff. Obviously, the section with Mr. Dark was really cool. The whole blueprint stuff was just so cool. Obviously, the main thing that contradicts from the themes in this whole year is shipping delay stuff, because I barely saw any of these props this year because, like, shipping delays. So, yeah, honestly, just kind of sucks. This section, honestly, is a little plain. I'm not saying stuff, like a third prop here, but maybe, like, I don't know, just, like, more stuff around here. Maybe, like, even, scattering zombie babies around. Those are really good fillers to, fill up space, because they're small and short, but, still generally fit in the theme. I think these props just fit in the theme better compared to, the previous years, especially this side with all the lighting. This side is so cool. I love this side so much. This side works is kind of like the demon side. I just like that it's actually separated into parts. That's how it just works for me. And, the placement makes sense. It doesn't have to be separated into parts, just as long as the placement makes sense, This is kind of where, like, the creepy girl side is, demon side. This is kind of where, like, the 2 ghouls in the center. Then kind of the 2 props that honestly don't fit into it, but whatever. They just added lighting, and I think it worked quite well. Oh, and also jumping spiders down there. You can't really see them, but whatever. But yeah, overall, I think I'll give this theme a solid 7 out of 10. This theme definitely brought back old Spirit Halloween themes, and I think did very, very well. So, yeah, sorry for the pretty long video once again, but I guess that was all the themes. Obviously, I didn't do some, like, the random movie displays, because, like, those really aren't themes, and, like, the lawn scares, like, had props in them, but, like, you know, they're more of, like, a section of the store, not really themes, you know? But yeah, obviously, if you watch my top 10 theme videos, some of my opinions change. And later, in this year or next year, I definitely want to make a series just like doing a theme analysis of basically every theme and do, you know, a bit more research, try to find old videos of it. I think that'll be really fun. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like, subscribe, share, and of course, goodbye, everyone.